But let's start here. The consensus from most men in the comments were that women do benefit from marriage through divorce. But let's start here. The consensus from most men in the comments were that women do benefit from marriage through divorce. So they seem to be in agreement that the best part of marriage for women is leaving. If that were true, which it's not, I think that would make my point. Let's go through finances, child custody, and health.
This is a big talking point around the internet for most men, in that most men think that women benefit the most from marriage, since most men are hesitant about getting married in the first place, and most women are eager to run off and get married. Now, do y'all think that the men are afraid of marriage because they think if it go bad, then it's not going to be in their favor? Or do y'all think men just want to not be committed because they just want to play around?
Is marriage worth it for women? The benefits mostly go to men. Currently, over 50% of households have a dual income. I read this as women are taking half of their own stuff. In those households, despite a dual income, women are still doing the lion's share of domestic labor and emotional labor. In a divorce, women's income drops on average by 20%. Divorced men see an average of 30% increase in their income. Post-divorce, 20% of women find themselves in poverty compared to 11% of men. Let's talk alimony. Alimony has been gender neutral since 1979. It's the breadwinner who pays. In the 1960s, 25% of men were paying alimony post-divorce. Today, that number is 10%. And I know the math is right here, but I'm going to say it anyway. 90% of marriages end with no alimony whatsoever.
If those numbers are correct, why do y'all think men are more likely to stay in a marriage than women are, since women file divorce at a much higher rate? Do y'all think it's because men just want to have their cake and eat it too? Or do y'all think we get stuck in our comfort zone as men while we in the marriage?
90 to 95% of the time that alimony is paid, it was settled out of court, meaning a judge didn't weigh in and didn't order it. In the cases where a judge orders it, there's a large discrepancy between the spouse's income and assets. Short marriages are less likely to get any alimony. Judges are looking at if one spouse sacrificed their career or potential earnings. And so if they didn't, alimony wouldn't be awarded. Now let's talk child custody. Studies show that when fathers ask for custody, they get it. Conversely, as fathers tend not to ask for custody, they don't get it. Most custody cases are settled out of court. For absolute clarity, most fathers are giving custody to the mothers, not losing custody. Do you see the difference?
Nah, I don't know about that, ladies. In everywhere you turn, every book that's ever been written, studies and things of that nature, this country has always felt that it was better for the mother to have custody of the children. So you're going to be hard pressed to get me to buy into that one. That's why most of the children end up with their mother. It's not because there are a lot of fathers. Well, I would say a lot of fathers do give their children to the mother, but there are a lot of fathers that do fight for custody of their children. And it's almost like pulling teeth to get custody from a mother. And, that's just always been known, though.
Now we're going to talk about health, and that will lead me into my last point. Why do women even want to get married if it doesn't benefit them? You know when married women nag their partners? You really going to have that third beer? Babe, I think you need to go get that mole looked at with the doctor. Men seem to hate that. And yet it is the direct reason why married men live longer lives and healthier lives than unmarried men. I've read that men resist marriage because they know that it requires a substantial behavior change on their part. They associate marriage with increased responsibilities and potential financial loss. And yet, those things aren't true. Our culture sets expectations high for women and low for men. Getting married has historically brought a large change in how men see themselves and how they behave. If marriage has been a particularly strong signal of change in men's committed behavior, it would explain the stereotype of women pushing for marriage and men resisting.
Is it true that men are afraid of responsibilities and women are held more accountable than men? Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think about that.